This is Akashvani Vijayawada. In this special broadcast, now we bring you a discussion on recent developments in Vijayawada Railway Division. The participants are Sri Narendra A. Patil Garu, IRTS, Divisional Railway Manager, Vijayawada, and Raul Saikurish from Regional News Unit, Akashvani Vijayawada. Welcome to this special interview, where we explore how Indian Railways is reinventing itself for faster, smarter and more passenger-friendly future than ever before. In the recent years, the railways have been more than just a mode of transportation, with massive investments in infrastructure, station redevelopment under the Amrut Bharat scheme, advanced safety measures, green energy initiatives and digital innovations like the Railway app. The transformation is visible and dynamic. At the heart of these changes is the Vijayawada division, one of the most strategically important divisions in South Central Railway, a lifeline that connects the whole country, powers freight movement and serves lakhs of passengers daily. To give us an inside view of these rapid developments, we are joined by a very special guest, Sri Narendra A. Patil Garu, IRTS, Divisional Railway Manager, Vijayawada Division. Under his leadership, the division is witnessing groundbreaking progress from multi-line expansions to smarter stations, from eco-conscious policies to technology-driven services. Without any further delay, let's begin with this insightful conversation on how Vijayawada Division is gearing up for a future-ready railway experience. So, welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, as we all know that the Vijayawada is a key junction in South Central Railway, so how important is its strategic location?
Vijayawada Railway Junction under South Central Railway, holds a very indispensable position in the South Central Railway, or we can say for the entire South India. In fact, this railway junction has recently been categorized as NSG1 railway junction. NSG1 is the highest grade of categorization of the stations in India. Actually, the Howrah-Chennai line and the New Delhi-Chennai lines, the confluence of those two lines occurs at Vijayawada Railway Junction. Apart from that, the line going towards Secunderabad and Bangalore, that also goes through the Vijayawada junction. So that makes it a very pivotal railway junction in the scheme of the things of South Central Railway in general and the whole of the South India. The sheer volume of traffic, daily traffic, which Vijayawada junction is its testament of its operational significance. We normally manage around 1.4 lakh passengers and facilitates movement of around 190 mail express and passenger trains and 170 freight trains every day. This is a very high throughput. In railway parlance, we call it as a throughput, and it gives a seamless connectivity for goods and people across the country. This Vijayawada Junction's historical development is dating back to 1888, and since then it has consistently reinforced its role as a vital link, evolving into a comprehensive hub with extensive broad gauge and electrified tracks. This station right now has 10 platforms, 24 tracks, and various sheds. We have a diesel shed and an electric loco shed. And apart from that, we have a major workshop at Rayanpadu.
Sir, in what ways is the division using this advantage for regional growth?
Since we are sitting at a very crucial juncture and geographically also it is at the center of our Andhra Pradesh state. So Vijayawada, we are harnessing this strategic location of Vijayawada for the regional economic growth of Andhra Pradesh. And primary manifestation of this commitment is the ongoing large-scale infrastructure overall of the Vijayawada railway station. In fact, as we can see, the entire state of Andhra Pradesh, there is a long coastal border and a lot of ports are available along with this coastal border. So we have Kakinada port and Krishnapatnam port. The rail connectivity through these ports is giving a regional economical growth for the state of Andhra Pradesh. Nowadays, we have started rail sea rail link. So the coal which is coming by rail, it comes to Paradip port. From that port it comes to our Krishnapatnam port, and from there again a rail link. So it's a rail link, sea link and a rail link. This kind of new coal movement we have started. So this is immensely helping our thermal power plants in the Andhra Pradesh, and as all of you know, electricity is the one of the major thing for the growth of the region. This entire freight movement done by the Vijayawada division is helping the entire industry of the state of Andhra Pradesh, even parts of Telangana. Our strategic position of Vijayawada Railway Division and Vijayawada Junction in particular is helping the movement of goods. Apart from this, the food grain transportation which we are doing for the FCI and also this region has a huge rice cultivation. So rice exports, when they are allowed, are being carried by the Indian Railways. Apart from that, various other mining, iron ore is being carried out from Krishnapatnam port towards Jindal GSWT plant. So lot of activities are related. Even the cement plants are connecting to the major cities, and we are carrying cement for the construction activity. Steel we are carrying for the construction activity. So railway in general is a lifeline for the industrial development of Andhra Pradesh state in particular.
Sir, you have mentioned about the freight hub, sir. So could you please update us on the recent achievements in freight loading and revenue generation?
Vijayawada division has achieved a very historical performance during the last 2 years, especially during the last financial year 24-25. Our Vijayawada railway division has broken a 10-year-old record of freight loading, wherein we have reached an impressive figure of 38.32 million tons of freight loading. Earlier record was 31.16, which was achieved during 2014 and 15. So it took 10 years for us to go beyond this figure. This year we are hopeful of crossing the target of around 40 million tons of freight loading. This record-breaking performance has given us an unprecedented revenue of around 4,250 crores of rupees, and which was a substantial rise of around 4.3% over the preceding year. The significant contribution from the freight operations is basically our main contribution of revenue is from our freight operations, which is almost 60% of the total revenue. Apart from that, we had a very good passenger performance also, and combined with all other sources of revenues, we have highest ever gross revenue of around 5,837 crores of rupees, and this was around 3.8% growth, and this is highest ever gross revenue earned by Vijayawada Railway Division. The division also achieved record rake utilization loading of total 10,913 rakes. A rake is a complete train, freight train, we call it as a rake. 10,913 rakes were loaded during 2024-25. These achievements have been possible with the dedicated staff which has been working, and our guidance from our headquarters and the railway board.
So then what facilities have been enhanced or introduced to support local industries, sir, achieve the Make in India initiative with the freight movement?
For the local industry, as I have earlier told in my discussion, that generation of power supply and a continuous power supply is one of the prerequisite for any industry. So at Kondapalli, we have a major thermal power plant, and Indian Railways is responsible for supplying coal to that power plant to keep required power generation. Apart from that, cement and steel are the basic ingredients for the growth for all the major mega projects, and Indian Railways is carrying all the cement and even the steel which is being carried. So this is directly helping the industry to grow. For small growers, we have a parcel services wherein the fish and prawns are being carried. Even some of the agriculture producers are also going through our VPU parcel special trains and our parcel trains. So in a way, we are in the thick of the things in the regional development.
Sir, can you please explain what are the passenger services trains you have introduced and how you are handling the traffic, sir, mainly in the Gudur Vijayawada section?
In the Gudur Vijayawada section is a very important section. We call it as a south section of our division, and it directly connects towards Chennai and Renugunta. In fact, the new services which you are talking about are the famous Vande Bharat services which Indian Railways has introduced, and these Vande Bharat services, now we have Vande Bharat services up to Chennai also, towards Renugunta also. In fact, during 24-25, we have transported around 67 millions of passengers. During the year, it was around 5% increase over the previous year. This growth of passengers is showing that there is increased reliance of people on the railways for their travel needs. Apart from this, since last 1 year, we have done tremendous improvement in the punctual running of the trains. Our passengers, they are very tolerant. Indian Railways is trying very hard to improve the overall punctuality. You will be surprised to know that within last 1 year in Vijayawada division, we have increased the punctuality with around 18 to 19 percentile points, and this has mainly happened due to the increased infrastructure which we have created that has helped us to run the train services more punctual. Now we are clocking easily around 87-88% of punctuality, and it will be our effort to achieve almost 100% of punctuality. We have many long distance services and mail express services in this region. Apart from these existing services, we are having 17 unreserved special trains. They are operating to cater to the extra traffic. We have a system wherein the waiting lists of the trains, when they are very high, then our headquarters decide to run special trains on the same route to cater for the waiting list passengers. This is helping us a lot. So similarly, 17 unreserved special trains we are running to cater for the extra these things. Then apart from that, the commuter services, we are running the memu trains, which we call, for the local passengers. We have a huge memu depot at our Rajahmundry, and from there we are having a lot of commuter services for the local passengers. We are wanting to increase the services. For that purpose, we will first have to enhance our infrastructure, and for that purpose we will be increasing the capacity, the line capacity. Right now there are a lot of line capacity constraints in our north section. In the Vijayawada Gudur section, luckily we have been able to overcome this issue by constructing a new third line, and that has eased out the problem, and because of that we are able to run more services now.
Sir, you have mentioned about the third line, sir. I think the third line between the Good and Vijayawada is nearing completion, and a fourth line is also proposed, I think, sir. So how will these additions improve freight and passenger services in these busy routes?
Yeah, we have almost completed the third line now. We are in the last stretch of completion of the third line. At the same time, our Honorable Railway Minister Shri Akashvani Vaishnavji has given us a sanction for the fourth line also. Now, the philosophy of Indian Railways, as given by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, is instead of going for third lines, he had told that you should go for third and fourth line simultaneously. So henceforth, all the major projects wherein doubling was already there and we were going for third lines, now will be converted into quadrupling projects, so that at one go we can have two more set of lines. That makes sense also, and it gives economy also, and that will give a big boost to the infrastructure. Instead of making a third line first and then again reinventing and going for the fourth line, it is better to have two lines together. The execution also becomes easier. Level of infrastructure almost doubles. The third line project, which you were right now talking about, was sanctioned in 2015-16. It is now almost complete. The cost of that project was almost 3,246 crores. Now the last stretch of around 30-40 kilometers is remaining. We are hopeful that that will be completed by the month of December this year. For the fourth line now, between Vijayawada and Gudur, we have already started the final location survey. After the final location survey, we will be preparing the detailed project report, and then the further sanctions will be obtained. This will further enhance our connectivity between Chennai and Visakhapatnam, and all our major locations like Nellore, Ongole, they will get more number of trains, and we will be able to run more number of passenger trains for the benefit of our passengers. And especially in this coastal area, the freight operations also, since the government of Andhra Pradesh is coming up with 3 new ports in this region, one at Kakinada Gateway Port, one at Machilipatnam, and one at Ramayapatnam. So because of these 3 new ports, when these ports will get commissioned, we also want to have our infrastructure ready by the time these ports are commissioned. So this fourth line will be useful, and this has been told by the division, Ministry of Railways, and Ministry of Railway has gracefully agreed, and they have ordered a final location survey.
Sir, as Government of India under the Amrut Bharat stations, in our division, how many Amrut Bharat stations are there, sir? And what are the major infrastructure upgradations are underway under these Amrut Bharat, sir?
Amrut Bharat station, it is a flagship scheme of Indian Railways. The brain behind this scheme is our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. He had given instructions to our Honorable Railway Minister Akashvani Vaishnavji to modernize the railway stations to the new modern India outlook. And another thing which was envisaged during this Amrit station was to integrate the town into, see, whenever the railway passes through a major city or a town, it divides the town into 2 halves, and then we need a lot of railway bridges to cross over it, and a lot of communication is lost. So the concept is we will provide a large 12-meter wide FOB so that we can integrate both the parts of the city together. This was one of the major, and then make that railway station as the major commercial hub of that town or of that city. So with this philosophy, the Amrut Bharat station scheme was launched. At talking about Vijayawada, we have around 20 stations under Amrut Bharat scheme, and then there are 3 stations for major upgradation: Rajahmundry, Vijayawada, and Nellore. These 3 stations will be having major upgradation. Out of that, Nellore station major upgradation is almost complete, and we are hoping that by February, March next year, new Nellore railway station will be operational. Government of India, under the guidance of the Honorable Prime Minister, has been graceful to sanction Rajahmundry railway station upgradation with around 271 crores. Project has been sanctioned. Already the tendering process has started. This we are keeping in view. Pushkar Mela will be there, Godavari Pushkaram. Before that, we want to be ready at Rajahmundry. And the third major upgradation is at Vijayawada. And this we are planning through PPP project, and this will be a major upgradation. In this project, almost 671 crores is envisaged, and it is under the various stages of sanction, and we are expecting that sanction will be received soon. Apart from that, we have 20 different stations which we were selected for Amrut Bharat scheme, wherein soft upgradation and enhancement of some passenger amenities was envisaged. Ankapalli, Anaparthi, Bapatla, Bhimavaram, Chirala, Elmanchali, Eluru, Gudivada, Ongole, Gunadala, Kakinada. There are 20 stations on Vijayawada division. And if we talk about Andhra Pradesh, there are 72 stations in the entire state of Andhra Pradesh. Visakhapatnam, Guntakal, Vijayawada included. In these stations, we are having passenger-friendly amenities we are trying to create. For that, we will be having good toilets will be provided at these railway stations. Good waiting areas will be provided. Then we will be having a central deck wherein 12-meter foot overbridge will be available, which will be a through and through foot overbridge on both the sides of the city, connecting both the parts of the city. Care will be taken to provide Divyangjan facilities at all these locations to make it user-friendly for the Divyangjan. Even braille signages are also envisaged during this. There will be the signage system will be made in a way more people-friendly way. Then there will be overall beautification of the station. The circulating area of the station will be improved. The access to the station will be improved. The parking spaces will be improved. And depending on the various local conditions, the beautification of the station will be done considering the local flavor. Say, for example, if it is Ongole station, whole world knows about the Ongole bull. So we will be having the murals of Ongole bull and we will integrate that in the, or for example, if it is Rayanpadu, we have Kondapalli nearby. Kondapalli toys are famous. So we have made a theme of Kondapalli toys near Rayanpadu station. So similar kind of things will be given. A lot of lifts and escalators will be provided for the benefit of the passengers. We will try to modernize all the facilities so that people, the way of experience, travel experience of the people changes completely.
Sir, as you mentioned the Rayanapadu station, I think that the station is developing under the satellite station for the Vijayawada. So can you please explain what are the satellite stations and how it will help?
See, Vijayawada railway junction is a very, very big railway junction. Right now we are handling more than 165 trains at Vijayawada railway junction. And since the city has grown, so there is no land for us to expand. If we want to increase the capacity of our Vijayawada railway station, we have 10 platforms. If we want to increase the more number of platforms, say for example, we have 3 pit lines. If we want to increase the more number of pit lines, we don't have enough land available. And since Vijayawada is a very huge yard, there is a lot of delay of train operation while entering into the Vijayawada railway station, the reception of the train, and then again the dispatch of the train. It takes a lot of time because the yard is very lengthy, almost 3 to 4 kilometers yard length is. So we are planning to divert some of the trains from Vijayawada. For that purpose, we will have to create satellite stations. These will be like suburban stations. In future, they will become suburban stations for Vijayawada. Since Vijayawada city is now growing, so we will have to be, I am talking like 20-25 years from hence. We will have to create infrastructure for catering the traffic during that period of time. Rayanpadu is one of the location we are thinking of. Gunadala is another location where we are thinking of. So at these locations, we will have to give facilities like Vijayawada Junction, wherein the train watering facility is available. Bare minimum facilities should be available so that we can divert some of the trains through these stations. These stations will become suburban stations in future and people can get down at these stations. So at times, we will avoid Vijayawada railway station. At the same time, to avoid the freight trains from entering the Vijayawada yard, we are constructing a rail over rail in bypassing a Vijayawada yard. So those trains also, the trains coming from Visakhapatnam and going towards Secunderabad, they will directly go through that rail over rail facilities and they will not enter our yard and they will not congest further our yard. And the operations in our Vijayawada railway yard will become more smooth. And the necessity of satellite stations is to increase our capacity of running trains. As you might have seen, all the major cities, New Delhi, Mumbai, new terminals are developed. Similarly, Vijayawada will also need need new terminals in the future, and we are looking it from that point of view.
Sir, as of now, we have covered all those things, sir, like amenities, passenger-friendly services. Sir, coming to the technology related, so has the division implemented any innovative technologies or digital solutions for the better passenger experience and safety?
See, in railways, a lot of new technological inputs are coming. First of all, I will talk about railway safety, because safety is paramount for us in Indian Railways. For enhancing the railway safety in Vijayawada division in particular, we are introducing automatic signaling system. Earlier, our mode of operation was absolute block system. These are technical terms. We have already introduced automatic signaling. The automatic signaling work right from Visakhapatnam to Gudur has been sanctioned, and we have already completed 243 kilometers of automatic signaling in this section. Automatic signaling increases our capacity. It increases our capacity to run the number of trains. So that will give a big boost to our infrastructure. And this is a new technology, automatic signaling technology, and it is a very tested and safe technology. Even the suburban trains in Mumbai are running on this same automatic signaling technology. So this is one technology which we have already adopted. Apart from that, our Honorable Railway Minister Akashvani has already announced about the Kavach system. That Kavach system is a new technology. For that also, we are getting ready now. Along with this automatic signaling, we are ensuring that we are becoming ready for the compatibility of the Kavach system. For that also, works are already underway in our Vijayawada Railway Division. A special CST projects have been created for this Kavach system. And a lot of things we are using technology for leveraging AI. Recently, one new app was introduced to the public by our Honorable Railway Minister. Rail One app has been introduced. And during our normal working also, we are using a lot of innovative methods for our day-to-day working.
Sir, how is Vijayawada division contributing to the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and environmental sustainability like solar energy, waste management, and also water conservation?
Yeah, we are doing a lot of work on water conservation, energy, environmental sustainability. In fact, we are doing solar energy, harnessing solar energy in a very big way. 65 kWp BIPV, building integrated photovoltaic solar roofs was commissioned in Vijayawada. Apart from that, for this, our all platforms, cover over platforms, we are now targeting to use those cover over platforms for generating solar power by putting photovoltaic cells on the COPs. Then for water harvesting, rainwater harvesting is being done at various locations. Even our coach cleaning plant, that plant recycles 80% of the water requirement. In fact, because of various energy conservation initiatives which our division has taken in our workshops, last year we had received the first prize from Honorable President of India and had the honor of going and receiving that prize. This year also, Andhra Pradesh government has given us the Gold Energy Conservation Award and a Silver Energy Conservation Award for our hospital. And recently, we had done a mega drive of planting trees. In a single day, we had planted 3,000 trees on the World Environment Day. Over the full year, over the entire stretch of Vijayawada Railway Division, we have been planting trees. We are targeting to plant more than 1 lakh trees in a financial year. Every month, we are trying to plant more than 7 to 8,000 trees every month.
So then what major projects are in the pipeline for the Vijayawada division in the next few years, such as high-speed corridors, station development, or any new passenger or freight services we can expect?
The major projects for Vijayawada Railway Division are the quadrupling of between Visakhapatnam and Vijayawada. We will be having a quadrupling. For that also a final location survey has been sanctioned. Then the quadrupling of Vijayawada Gudur section. Then the automatic signaling for the entire section from Vijayawada to Gudur. These are the major upgradation. And then we already spoke about Amrut Bharat stations wherein we will be upgrading the railway stations. These are some of the major infrastructure upgradations which we are doing.
Sir, finally, so what is your message to the listeners and the citizens of the Andhra Pradesh about the role of Indian Railways in the nation building?
My message is that Indian Railways have always been a lifeline of our nation, and Vijayawada division takes immense pride in being a crucial part of this network. We are not just a transportation system. We can say in a way we are a connector of dreams, enablers of commerce, builders of the modern India. Our record-breaking performance in the freight revenue and the safety achievements reflect our commitment to the service of the nation. Every project we undertake, every modernization we implement, and every service we enhance contributes to the larger vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. To all the the citizens of Andhra Pradesh, I would like to assure you that Vijayawada division will continue to be your reliable partner in your progress. Whether it's connecting the farmers to the markets, industries to the ports, or the families to their loved ones, we are committed to providing world-class railway services. As we move forward, we request your continued support and cooperation. Together, we are not just building a better railways, we are building a stronger, more connected, and a prosperous nation. The tracks we lay today will carry the dreams and aspirations of the future generations. Thank you.
Sir, thank you so much, sir, for joining us today and sharing such valuable insights about how Vijayawada division is gearing up for a future-ready railway experience.
Thank you.
You were listening to a discussion on the recent developments in Vijayawada Railway Division. The participants were Sri Narendra A. Patil Garu, IRTS, Divisional Railway Manager, Vijayawada, and Raul S. Aigurish from Regional News Unit, Akashvani, Vijayawada. This program is produced and presented by the Regional News Unit of Akashvani, Vijayawada.